Yeah. Screw it, I'm gonna go this one. Yeah. Okay, welcome back. Man, yeah, shut up about that. You want to come back and annoy me? Okay, I am sorry about that. I am just doing something real quick. Come on. Screen. Tap to continue. Actually, I don't really need that either. Okay. Now, the two topics I wanted to talk about, okay, one of them, okay, is people nowadays, okay, people that do not obey the laws, okay. For example, one example I can use, people jaywalk. Okay, I know that's totally wrong and all, but the adults nowadays are teaching their kids to jaywalk. Not right. I mean, people jaywalking should automatically get a ticket, even if they cross in front of other vehicles or, whatnot, but people should say, call the law and say, this person just jaywalked right in front of me. They're heading, so-and-so way, or they're going down to so-and-so place, or wearing, this, and that way the cops could be on the lookout for that person, like, okay, here's a ticket, it's going to be, the fine's going to be so much, and whatnot, but the law has not really cracked down on most of these people that do this, okay, and granted, other people driving, I hate to say this, but other people that are driving are doing nothing but talking on their cell phone while they're driving, or they're texting, not looking where they're going while driving, which is stupid, if you ask me. And what really pisses me off, okay, is, people that, how can I say this? People that litter. As I've been out walking around my area, I've seen garbage on the side of the road. I've seen so much, walking through the woods, garbage. People just going, I don't care. And I've seen other people that try and do more, try and go through and keep the areas clean, go and picking up trash, which I know I do. I do it a lot because when I volunteer for, do a lot of volunteering each June actually. Well, I try and volunteer as much as I can during the summer, which is nice. And I know my little one is snoring. You guys can hear her. But I try and I try and keep my city clean as much as possible, which means I volunteer and I do garbage. I go around picking up garbage off the streets, trying to make my city look a little bit better each day. But yet, when I get one area clean and I go back to that area, to do something else, there's all that garbage that I picked up the day before. It's all back. And I'm like, and that really gets underneath my skin because people do not care. They're just throwing trash out their window as they're driving by, and they're just doing this to irritate me. Okay? And no, I'm not trying to say anything bad about, the law, but they ought to be cracking down a lot harder on these people. Put, secure traffic cameras up throughout the whole part of my town that I'm living in. Keep an eye out for this stuff. I'm sure you guys have noticed when you guys are either out walking with your kids or you're just out walking around and you're enjoying your little walk. And I'm sure you noticed people jaywalking, people driving by, talking on their cell phone, texting while they're driving, people throwing garbage out on the side of the road, not even caring. But, the thing is, why doesn't the law just why doesn't most of the police departments around the United States or wherever you guys live, why don't they have security cameras put up, a couple security cameras at this intersection, a couple down at this end, covering a good area, put it throughout the town, and that way they can catch license plates of people throwing trash out, texting, talking on their cell phone. If they have a Bluetooth in their ear talking on the phone, hands-free, still paying attention, that doesn't bother me. Okay? And why can't the police do something about the people that are texting, talking on their cell phone, holding it up to their ear like this while they're driving? Okay? They should get a ticket automatically. Like the cop could type in the license plate and send the ticket directly to them and keep patrolling. If the cop sees someone throw something out, pull them over, for crying out loud. Give them a warning. Give them some freaking have them do community service for 4 hours picking up the trash. Let them learn their lesson. I mean, come on. How dumb are these people that are throwing garbage out their windows, talking on their cell phones, texting? I mean, if you're talking on a cell phone with a Bluetooth in your ear, hands-free, still talking, or if your car has a Bluetooth capability to where if you get a call on your cell phone that's linked up with your car, yeah, you can use your car to talk to those people, which is fine. Yeah, I know. Sorry about that little message up here. But, I mean, come on. Why can't these people, excuse me, why can't these people understand that, that you're pretty much ruining the ozone by throwing your garbage out the window? If you're going to throw your garbage out, throw it into a garbage can so they can collect it. Just don't keep going down the road and out the window it goes. That's just stupid. I'm sorry. It's just stupid what people do. And the thing is I've seen so much of it. Okay? And it just irritates me. I'm sorry. I've seen people driving by, tossing their garbage out the window in a bag full of their garbage. If you're going to do that, pull over, pull into a parking lot, like either McDonald's, Burger King, or, somewhere where they have trash cans in the parking lot. Put your car in park, get out, throw your trash in there. Just don't drive by and throw it out your dang window, because that could end up either hitting somebody or hitting the vehicle behind you and causing an accident. And yeah, that is not good. But I've seen other people driving by, talking on their cell phone, texting, and yes, I've done my share. As I'm walking by, I would dial the emergency code 911, and I would say to the operator, I just seen somebody texting or talking on their cell phone to their ear while they're driving, not paying attention to the road, okay? And I would give the license plate to the dispatch, or the dispatcher, and the dispatcher would give that plate number to the officer, and the officer would send a ticket to that person, saying that a concerned citizen reported you for texting or talking on your cell phone. Okay. I do that all the time. While I'm out walking outside, I'm going to wherever I'm going, if I'm just out for a nice walk, and I hate saying that word because of my little one, because her ears would go perk. But it's not nice weather out there, although it is warm, but it's not really sunny like I wish it was. But that's the one problem with the area I live in, is people talking on their cell phone, throwing their garbage out their bloody windows while they're still going down the road. And I'm sorry, cell phone, for doing that to you, but I was using you as an example. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Yeah, I know I talk to my cell phone because I feel bad for it when it drops or whatnot. I do apologize to my equipment that I use every day. But the second thing that I have the most problem with, and I know that the road crews are trying their best to keep up with, the roads and whatnot. But I've done my share to keep most of the roads from flooding. Okay? What I mean is, I'd be walking down the side of the road, and those little curbs that you see going down the road leading to like the sewer systems, okay, those always get full of leaves no matter what time of year, and they always back up in certain areas. Alright, and I usually would be wearing my muffs, which are out in the kitchen, and I would take and put my foot in the water with my muffs on, and I would take and scoop that whole edge and get all the leaves out so the water can run without getting clogged up, so it can go down into the storm drain, and that way the road won't get flooded. But why can't the road crew, I'm sorry for saying this, but why can't most of the road around the United States, you know, go through, and if there's like a wart, like a little bit of, like there's no one keeping track of the side of the road up on top of the curb, keeping that neatly trimmed, and keeping most of the stuff from overhanging into the road so the traffic goes around it to keep going. I mean, yeah, I'm going to do it, but I've got to get my weed whacker running first. And I know it's not really going to be any fun, but what I'm going to do, what I keep doing every year, every day pretty much, is every day that the water is running down the side of the road and I see like a group of leaves backing the water up, making the water run out into the road, around into the next part, I try and keep those, I pull them out into the road a bit. I keep pulling out each pile of leaves that keep backing up the water to allow the water to run. And when I come back, I always scoop the leaves up because I let them dry. Try and dry up a bit and let most of the water out of them. And I throw them back in the woods or onto the side of the road, up on the freaking little curb there. I throw them up over the curb. And I try and keep that as good as possible, but people, and this, I guess this kind of falls into the first category that I was talking about, when people mow their yards or rake up their leaves and really don't do what I do. See, I live, where I'm living, I have nothing but woods around me. Like I've got woods on one side, woods behind me, where I put all my leaves. But I mulch them. I get them all mulched up. Then I empty them into the woods. I use most of the mulched up leaves to put on my bed, my flower beds for like winter. And during the summer, I go and remulch them after they dry it up a bit. I put them back on my flower bed and I get it to where really all those pieces of leaves are real tiny, and I sprinkle it on my flower bed and I till up my flower bed, keep sprinkling, keep tilling until I've got all that neatly all tilled in to where all is mixed really well. And then I plant my flowers at the beginning of spring, and then at the beginning of, usually the beginning of summer or midsummer, my flowers turn out to be better than just planting them in regular dirt without tilling and mixing up all the mulched leaves. But getting back to what I was saying, why can't the road crew, go through every day? And if there's something that needs to be taken care of, like prickle bushes or pricklers going out into the road, why can't they just take a weed whacker with a metal blade and just buzz those down real good, and then take the metal blade and go buzz up to cut everything that's leaning out to the road? That's what I would do, because I use non-ethanol gas mixed with two-stroke oil, and my weed whacker just goes right through them. I mean, I can just go like this, nice and slow, and it just cuts everything right down and lays it down on top of my whacker, while the blade at lays, and it just kind of keeps going. Or I can go the opposite way, and it kind of keeps laying it down, almost in a nice row, but it doesn't. Because if I go full trigger, it just throws everything that I cut back this way, or it throws everything I cut this way into what I'm about to cut. Which really doesn't bother me. Either way works. I can go full throttle, pull the trigger a little bit to give it some gas to spin the blade at a decent RPM. But me, I try and keep most of the stuff that like my yard. I have some stuff that sticks out during the middle of winter, but in the springtime, when I do my first cut of my grass, I'll take my weed whacker and I'll just fuzz those down real quick on the edge that are sticking out, and I'll make it nice and neat for me to take my mower on the edge of my grass and between the edge of the grass and the edge of the woods and make a nice clean cut without anything sticking out and cutting like the prickers. I try and keep all that stuff neat. I keep all the high branches high and all the low branches I try and keep trimmed, except for my pine trees. They're out here, out in front, that are covering the roadways, well, the road, so no one can really look over here into my yard when I'm doing a picnic, having a picnic with my family or whatnot, but they can still see because of my driveway being open. I don't mind people looking. It's just I hate people that when I'm trying to entertain my family members that come over for like a little barbecue or just come over to hang out for a little bit and I cook something. I hate people that stop and say, "Hey, can we join?" No, it's just family member only. If you're not part of my family, you don't get to join. I mean, there are some of my friends that I will allow to come over, but other than that, that's about it. Greetings, viewer. And I'm sorry for not saying hello to you when you first popped in, but I'm sure you had some ads, so you had the advertisement. But I will say it again. Hello, viewer. And I am sorry that you guys are hearing the playroom music on your end. I wish I could do something about that, but I can't. So you'll have to bear with me because I'm using the little microphone that came with my system when I first bought it. So you guys can hear me a little bit better than instead of me screaming and yelling into my camera mic, which you guys can see me with, and yeah, that's not gonna that really doesn't work as good as I was hoping, but I tried. But viewer, have you noticed anything where you're living, like any problems like I have talked about people talking on their cell phone, texting, people throwing garbage out their windows, or the road crew really not keeping up with the road situation, like prickle bushes and parts of trees leaning out into the road, the side of the road getting backed up with leaves, making the water run into the road more. Have you noticed anything like that yet? Because I've noticed a lot of it around my area. I'm not too sure about the rest of, where you guys live, but I've noticed it a lot. After winter all that snow has melted away, and all that rain came, and yeah, I've noticed a lot like that. Greetings, viewer. Oh, lost one. Oh well. But for you guys that seriously understand what I'm talking about, and you guys see it every day, and yeah, you know what what ticks me off. And I know I'm probably going to be doing a rant here pretty soon. As soon as I figure out what to rant about, which will be something. I'm not too sure what. So. Not too sure what exactly I'm going to rant about, but I know I'm going to do a rant today. Not right away, but, you know, of course, it's going to be soon. I just got to figure out what gets underneath my skin the worst. But you guys do not have to worry about that viewer that came in earlier when I was farming, because I have banded him. He's gone for good, unless he creates another name and starts the same old stuff over again, which is gonna really tick me off. But I really don't care. And if someone comes in saying, how many children do you have in your basement, I'm going to ban them. I don't care. I'm tired of that. But if you guys come in and just say, hello, how you doing, and talk to me normally, then I don't care. But if the next person that comes in here is saying, how many children do you have in your basement, I'm going to ban them right there and then. I don't care. And I'm just looking at something real quick, so let's see. Someone already give me a thumbs down. Must be they don't like what I'm talking about. Come on. Oh well. Two so far. Welcome, viewers. Well, viewer. And yes, I am keeping track of everything on YouTube right now. Like a thumbs up, thumbs down, and whatnot. So, but I've noticed more and more that the cities that I've visited have really been, kind of slacking a little bit. I mean, other people, I'm sure you guys have noticed the same thing, that your city, like the road crews that work for you, that are in your cities, have been slacking. I mean, come on. You guys at least have to notice that they've been slacking a little bit. You know? And are you two viewers going to say something, or are you just going to watch me? Because either way, I really don't mind. That one viewer that just came in probably has a 30-second ad. probably trying to skip it. Which you know I hate these ads. I wish I could be ad-free on my broadcast, so when people come in, they come directly into my broadcast and don't have to worry about that. But yeah, I've actually noticed a lot. Well, greetings. How are you today, Kevin? Oops. And I will wait for you to respond. That's good. Kevin, I don't know if you heard, but I was talking about two topics earlier before anybody started coming in, and I thought people were going to just start jumping in on the topics. I talked about people that jaywalk, people that drive a car, talking on their cell phone, texting, throwing garbage out their windows while they're going down the road. Then I talked about some of the road crews that are slacking a little bit and not keeping up with the roads, like the side of the roads getting when the weather has changed to where it's raining or the snow's melting and it's all getting flooded. And I talked about how the road crews have been slacking on fixing some of the roads around here. And I'm sure you guys have noticed that too in your areas where the road crews have been slacking a bit. Now, Kevin, do you have any questions you would like to ask about those topics, or what? Because I can answer any question as long as it ain't too personal, which I don't mind. Even if you ask a question about the topics I talked about, or kind of give you a quick heads up on, or whatnot, but yeah, I do welcome you, Kevin. Okay, well, to be honest, Kevin, I know most of you are probably thinking that I'm lazy. Why am I sitting around here playing games, doing what I'm doing now? Is because I've got my own business going, and it's not really going as well as I was hoping, but I started it last year, and it's slowly taken off little by little. And as I don't have any work to do, you know, I still get money, of course, but I don't get that much. And, you know, I try to get like a lot of customers in. I do it for cheaper than what others do. Like, for example, I mow and I whack people's yards during the summer, and I do snow removal during the winter. Summertime, I would charge probably, I usually charge $20 for every 2 times that I visit. Like, it'd be $10 here and $10 here, so that's $20. And plus, my customers, I tell my customers what kind of gas to get, and you know, so they can keep up on. They'll buy they can buy the gas, but they pay me, $10 a day when I mow and when I whack. But when I bring my own whack and my own gas, then yeah, they have to throw me an extra $5 just for weed whacking, because that will give me another tank that will literally fill up my little gas can, and that will buy me, that will leave me enough for another thing of 2-stroke oil for my weed whacker. So that's what I do, is I have my own business going, but slow right now until it starts picking up. And when it starts picking up, I can literally start, hiring people, getting employees, and, sending some here, some here, some here, and some here. But yet, I still try and do it cheaply, because, some people can't really afford the professionals. But I used to work for a professional, so I know exactly what they expect from a professional, because I used to work for a company that would take me at least about an hour's drive to get from where I'm at to work and from work back, because I had to go a good distance away just to reach work when I used to work years ago. So after the person I used to work for, he closed his business up because people were firing his whole business. They were just saying, I don't want you and your business charging me like $500, $600 every month because I gotta pay bills. If you would cut the cost down, then yeah, I would be able to afford my bills and whatnot. But that guy, the guy I used to work for, he does rich clients, like he does rich people yards and whatnot. And yeah, I'm just like, dude, why can't you just have a good price? Like $10 for that person to go do, the mowing on one property, and then charge another $10 for, gas, because mowing one yard only uses about $10 in gas. Not even, but I mean, the thing is that's why I quit. What's wrong, Kevin? I'm just telling you, that's why I started up my own business. And I'm cheap. I try and do, what I can cheaper than the rest of these guys that charge an arm and a leg. Okay? But I do apologize if you heard a little too much there. I was just trying to explain how I learned what I know and how I use it around my area. So I'm sorry if it kind of disturbed you a little bit there, Kevin. Oh, before you go, Kevin, if you're new to my channel and you like what I do, you can subscribe to me on YouTube. You can also follow me on PlayStation Live if you like what I'm talking about. Just to let you know. So, I mean, you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but I would like more subscribers and people that actually would come back and talk to me like you do. Just saying, man. Yeah, I guess you can add me on Facebook. I really don't want it, but I don't mind it at all. But yeah, I guess you can add me on Facebook, because I will be linking this and having my Facebook, telling people on my Facebook when I go live. But even if you subscribe to me on YouTube or you follow me on PlayStation Live, it will let you know automatically when I go live, and you can always come back in that way too. But I'll make you a deal there, Kevin. The next time if you come in, the next couple times that I go live, I'll make you a mod. How's that on my channel? That way you can keep my channel clean of all people that, get under my skin. If you want. If you don't want to be a mod, then I'll just ask one of my other mods to come in when I go live. That way they can keep an eye on my channel for me. Would that be cool? I mean, you gotta dedicate to come in on the next 2 broadcasts that I got when I go live. That way, by the 3rd one, I will make you a mod. Is that okay? Because if it's okay, then we have a deal. Just tell me deal. Or just say we have a deal. That way I know that you understand. Yeah, I'll definitely make you a mod after the next 2 times you come in. If you come in for the full length of my broadcast, or if you just jump in for a little bit, then I will make you a mod on the 3rd time you come in. And I do promise you. And when I promise somebody, I keep my promises. I'm just saying. I would be more than happy to have another mod, because most of the people that, when I used to go live on JTV before they disbanded that, I had like a couple people that were always coming for the full broadcast, and by the 4th time or